This is the daily market recap for Thursday, December 9th, 2021. Let's go. This is Dan Max, the trading agent. This is a stock trading and recap channel that I wanted to share to the masses. In a probability game, there's no certainty. Here are my insights and predictions. This is Dan Max at EXP Realty, aka the trading agent, here with the market daily recap for Thursday, December 9th. Let's get into this. Doing a little bit of a live streaming, working on that. Got a monitor coming that I'm going to be adding to the plethora of monitors I already have, as K-Pod says. You can never have too many monitors. I agree with that, my friend. At this point, that is the next step, is to be able to do a little maybe intraday live streaming. I would think that maybe doing it around 9:30 to 11:30 Eastern Standard Time might be the best time if I can jump onto it. So anyway, let's get into it. Oh, yep. Thanks, Scott. No doubt. Let's get into Bitcoin first. We did a intraday little video. We're messing with it. So we broke this trend line on the hourly. Now we're back down to support here around 47,000. I would be looking to buy that level. We said if it broke this level, it's going lower. I would not be surprised also to test a 46,000 at some point. When you zoom out, you can see it's a big ass cup and handle. Handle is a little deeper than you'd like, but that was a big washout. We talked about it last Friday. It just blew people out of the water. That's all you really needed to know at that point. Just keep it real simple. Let's jump through all the hoops. TLT. Yeah, we said hitting the top, backs off, watch the 20-day. Today was an inside day. Doji, I would be willing to bet the TLT is about to rally. How high? I don't know. Somewhere up here. I mean, it could be a continuation of the bull trend. And you do have higher highs, and if this is a low, then you have a higher low. That's all you really need to know. Dollar, we talked about this a couple days ago. This big red candle with volume was a red flag. You bounced today. Volume is light. I think the dollar is going to get slapped around. It might have to do with the CPI information coming out tomorrow. Let's do the VIX. Man, you have a 2-day range here. Or not really 2-day range, but you just have even sized candles. Again, the 20-day is going to be the key. If you can get back over the 20-day, I think the market has some room to drop. I mean, we talked about this intraday today, that this little candle here was an indecision point. I've been saying on every video, I think we do backfill minimum of the 20-day moving average here in red. That's probably going to happen sooner than later. Then you might be able to buy it or wait for this gap fill. This gap is not a legitimate trade. It's really annoying because if you look at the SPX, you can see there's no wick on it. So they painted an erroneous fill of the gap, which I don't know how they do that. But it's on the charts. It's on every chart that I've looked at, so it is what it is. I'm expecting SPY to pull back. I mean, you went from 472 down to 450 area pretty quickly. You bounced pretty quickly now, so the VIX holds up. You're going to get some volatility. You should back off some. The QQQ, this got hit pretty good today. We said the 400 level was key, as is. Boom. At the 20-day, I think the Qs have room to probably fill that gap. The 50-day, I mean, again, we'll have to talk tomorrow because that action is going to tell you more about what's going to come. I could see some traps in the morning. The market's down, continuation, and then pop back up. Keep in mind the seasonality of the Santa Claus rally. Gold, it's just chilling. It broke the downtrend, retested the old bigger downtrend, zoomed out, and now you can see we're just hanging out here. I mean, I like it here. I mean, this is the camel pattern, double hump, double shoulder. Yeah, just watch it. I think it's a buy on this area. I started buying in the 167 to 165 range. Anything lower I think is a gift. Just have a stop. I mean, they could blow all the metals out if the market gets absolutely shit canned. So silver, did not buy it today. Talked about why that the action today was not ideal. and that we had a gap down, and we do have OPEX next week. And if you look at gold and silver seasonality, they typically bottom mid-December. if we did not continue higher today, that was a red flag. And so this gap down, which shows me that they're trying to wipe out more spec positions, I would look in the middle of next week potentially for your buys to make it run higher. And again, I own some, but I'm not going to sell out here. I don't think it's going that much lower. And plus, I like the risk reward. What if I am wrong and this today was the bottom and it starts rallying? I have to like play the probabilities in my mind that that could happen. The GDX, we talked about the miners bottoming first. They backed up to this old trend line. You can see there's like a shoulder line here. There's a lot of crap on this chart. You can tell I trade this stuff and watch it higher. You know, it pulled back today, and I would not be surprised if it tested 30 at some point. But if you're buying down here at 31.30, I mean, it's so cheap, dude. When I say cheap, dude, I mean it's like cheap. Yeah, like this is bottom basement prices. Have stops. I mean, your risk is great, or your reward is great with the minimal risk. Head and shoulders bottom here. The GDXJ holding 40. Today's bar, I mean, again, we talked about backfilling. Like, I'd love to see a V bottom here. I'd love to see it being a V, but then at some point you do back trend. Keep in mind, the metals like to do that. They play these games. You're going to the end of the year, tax loss selling. I could see it. These things getting kind of chopped around. AG, we talked about the double bottom. Hit the trend line, backed off. If you see it anywhere in the mid-10s, I think you can buy it with a tight stop. Just keep it that simple. KL got hit today. I mean, all the miners got hit today. It's interesting, backfilling. I mean, it's the same story. It just is what it is at this point. Don't overthink it. Just watch it. PAAS. Same story. Backfilling. I mean, they're all acting the same. They're following the ETFs pretty well. There's no individual stories that are acting separately. Letter X, wait for the downtrend to break here. Get over the 20-day. It's been chopping. There's really nothing to say other than just watch the 22 level or watch for the breakout. I would keep that in mind. VALE, we've been talking about this one. It was due to probably bounce back or pull back some after it popped. We got up to the 25% fib. I think that if you can get this now, 20-day, 50-day, anywhere in the 12s, it's good. But I mean, in this market, it's acting really well. That's all you really need to know. It's acting strong. It's strong in a weak market. It's telling you something. AMD, every day I say the same dang thing. I hope you sold at the red trend line, upper trend line. Now it's backing off. 20 days now your resistance. We popped today and closed at the lows. 20 days now curling down. If you're a bull on AMD, I apologize. You might have some problems. Apple, talked about this one maybe going higher, and today's action was a doji. Uh-oh. But be aware, May did make a higher high, so you need to see tomorrow's action to confirm. I thought the red trend line would come into play, but then I zoomed out and said, well, shit, there's an even bigger upper trend line here on the monthly. Again, if you have seen this thing go from 138, 137 up to the mid 175s, that is a great trade. Take some profit, please. Please take some profit, because if not, the market's going to take them for you. MicroStrategy, we talked about this one. If it fills the gap, this one gets pretty interesting. And we filled the gap today, and I think you could buy this. You know, if Bitcoin bottoms anywhere between this 590 and 560, I know that might be 30 points stop, but this thing is wide and loose. I mean, if it's going back to 900, would you like to buy it under 600? I like the risk reward. You know, risk 1 to make 30 all day. I'll take that trade all freaking day. Let's go. Those are the kind of odds you want to gamble on. RIVN, this one has been interesting because we talked about needing to get back over 122 area. If you got the double bottom here on this 2-day range, good for you. It's a good trade because once you broke over it, it meant you were going higher. But now it could bounce back. It could go to the 106 or it could fill the gap. I think it's one of those things you just got to watch the action. And if you're not all in, you can buy the dip. And if you have an all-in action and you want to take a little off and just see what happens, you can do that too. I mean, I think it's super heavily short. I think it's going to bounce back at some point. Roblox, here's another one. I'm just like, man, you got to take the money and run. Hit the 2 times range. It's getting wide and loose. It back tested this old trend line, which is interesting how, you know, sometimes it didn't matter, and then when it backed up to it, it mattered. I mean, the patterns literally repeat. I hope people realize, like, personalities, like stocks have personalities. 20-day closed below it. Right now, the 20-day is still turning up, so just the easy money's been made. We talked about breaking the trend line, run it. It was a monster trade. Now you got to pretend you know what's going to happen, and that's the problem. It's like Tesla. If you took your money at the highs, which we talked about, like the Fibonacci extensions. I delete them because I think we've topped. I mean, I'm 99.9% sure Tesla has topped for the next couple months, a couple weeks, depends on how fast the action is. But easy money's been made. Now you got to worry about this chop. If you bought it down here and you didn't take any, I mean, that's the probabilities when things run up. I mean, like, think of Apple like 2 minutes ago. Like, if the easy money's been made, now you can sell some. You can sell covered calls. You can hedge. And what can you do with that money? You can do other things with it. But then if it dips and you want to buy it, great. Now Tesla's really, like, 20 days has been resistance. You better hold a 50-day in this 1,000 area, or you're going to get down to 900 pretty quickly. I would not be very surprised by that. Man, PENN, I think it's going to get squeezed at some point. It's holding up. We said to get over the 20-day. It didn't. So the 20-day not getting over it is what? It doesn't confirm that it's ready to squeeze. Maybe it needs to do a little M or a W down here. That is my only, that's the biggest concern at this point, is it might need a retest. I like it down here. EXPI, the real estate firm that I work for, that is all virtual. Love them. 33, 34, 35. We said buy it down here. Looks pretty good. I mean, if you're getting back into the 20-day, that's going to be the key. You're trading between the traders 8-day moving average and the 20-day, which is usually the standard swing trading moving average that people pay attention to. It looks good. Let's end it on XOP and Exxon Mobil 20-day. Again, couldn't get over it. It's curling down. This is a problem. It's going to have to compress under it to break out over it or retest the lows. It's really that simple. Exxon Mobil, man, this is playing some games. What did I say? Get over the 50-day and the trend line. I mean, technically it did close pretty well, but it opened shitty, which is interesting to me. I don't know if it necessarily means it's going to get back down here, but I'd be looking to buy in the mid 59,000s or a confirmation breakout with volume. When I say volume, I want to see higher than 17 million shares. I want to see it like 23, 25, 30 million shares to confirm like demand, and boom. All right, well, I hope this helps. Again, check out the Discord room. The link is in the description below. Please subscribe, share, comment. If you got questions, drop it in the comments. Come by the Discord room. I'm going to be working on doing some live stuff at some point, because I think that's really where you can really gain a ton of knowledge. And also check out the Back to Basics. There's a ton of knowledge in here. Even if you have been trading for years, if you think you know everything, you don't know everything. This is chaos. I still learn. I like to create these videos to put these things into place so people can see this stuff. And I did one today about the CPI and what to expect with gold and silver going into tax loss selling, and expectations the next day to next week for gold and silver. So I hope this helps. I appreciate everyone, and I will talk to them soon. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe if you like the content. Also smash the like button, share with your friends, and add a comment. If there's a topic or stock you'd like me to give you insight about, let me know in the comment section. I'll do my best to answer your question. Thanks.